Why don't you tell me exactly where we're recording from? It's the Dragon Balls Deep podcast with your hosts, Devin and Drew.
Alright, everybody. Dragon Balls Deep episode 20 something.
28?
Oh, we're on episode 20.
Yeah, episode 29.
Yeah, there it is. 29. Episode 29. So, you just got Fighters
I did.
2 hours ago.
Yeah, it just came in the mail.
Have you played it?
Yeah, I just did like the intro and a little bit of training. That's about it.
Did you do like the actual training match?
No, I didn't do that. I just was doing the same shit from the beta.
The training shit's pretty dope.
Yeah, does it like actually like show you how to do like combos and counters
like
and
the
stuff?
actual no, it's like an actual fight, but it's like never ending. So
Can you like do anything like slow it down or speed it up or anything cool
yeah,
like that?
you can. There's like all kinds of settings for it. Like you can change like the level of the AI and whatnot. So
That's
make
cool.
them like stronger, weaker.
Can you make it so they like attack more, defend more?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Like I have it set on, I think 60, 65, and like it's basically like a stalemate. Like I have to be like nonstop, like on my game.
That'd be cool if like you can like just like set their power level.
I mean, that's basically what it is. Like you're setting how strong they are.
Yeah, that'd be funny. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure we'll be playing tonight.
Yeah.
So we got to rush through this episode real quick.
Yeah, I don't think this one will be too long. My notes aren't that long. Well, it's about normal.
Yep. So any corrections?
I don't have any.
I got a few quick ones.
That doesn't mean there aren't any, but that just means...
Yeah, I'll find shit when I'm re-listening to the episodes, and I always forget to write stuff down, but I have a couple. So last episode, I compared Nappa to Stan in South Park when he said, "You bastard," but it's Kyle that says "you bastard."
Oh, shit.
I was disappointed in myself when I was re-listening to that. I'm like,
damn,
God
I didn't even catch that either.
How did I fuck that up? And also, this isn't really a correction, but more of a clarification when we were talking about that clip, the Yajirobe clip. And so I was like confused in the titles. It's the first one is Cooler's Revenge, and the second one's Return of Cooler. And it's in the first one. So if you want to check that clip out to see Yajirobe's Emmy-winning performance.
Is there a third one?
I think so. I don't remember what the third one's called.
Is it Meta Cooler, or is that from the second one?
I don't remember.
Wow.
It's a Cooler Strikes Back.
Well, we'll get to those one day.
I made that up.
Of course.
Let's see. I can Google it real quick. Cooler Revenge, Return of Cooler, Cooler's Revenge, and maybe there's only two. He might be in. I think he just might like appear in maybe one of the other movies, but he doesn't have his own third. Yeah, he's in Plan to Eradicate the Saiyans.
Yeah, that one. I think Hitler's in that movie too.
Yeah, I remember that. That was pretty funny. Hitler's in I think he's in Dragon Ball too, isn't he?
Is he? Yeah, I think something. I think so, yeah.
I'm pretty sure.
Should bring him back.
Put him in Fighters. I want to fight him.
Oh God, fight him or play as him?
Both.
in his little tank.
All right, well, yeah, ready to get started?
Yeah, let's get into this. Dragon Ball Z episode 28 aired November 29th, 1989 in Japan and April 19th, 1997 in the US. The show picks up where we last left off. We see Nappa firing his energy blast at Gohan, and at the last second, before it can hit, Piccolo sacrifices himself and jumps in front of it. I don't know if it was...
You get that cool negative effect, kind of, the black and white.
Yeah, that's what I was just about to say. I don't remember if this was in the last episode, but I really liked this animation.
It's like almost like a pencil-like sketch.
Yeah, it's like, it's kind of going like to the style of the manga. It's like kind of being
yeah,
faithful to that.
that's true, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
that's
like
pretty cool.
More of that. As the smoke clears, we see Piccolo very badly injured, but still alive. Piccolo says to Gohan, "It's okay, kid. No sweat." Then he falls over.
So when I saw this scene, and I'm looking at Piccolo, I'm like, that looks really familiar. And I'm like, oh shit, know what that is?
Yep.
The fucking figure I almost bought.
Yep.
I didn't even think that was that figure was canon to the show, but yep. I figured it was just like someone's random artistic kind of thing. I didn't know they were copying off of that exact scene.
Yeah.
Now I kind of wish I got it.
Yeah, I was about to say, should have got it.
I just thought it looked weird with the eyes all bugging out of his head. I'm like, I've never seen Piccolo look like that. But yeah,
next
pretty
time.
Cool. Next time, it wouldn't have fit in my suitcase anyway.
Next time, just
right off the bat, I'm gonna just say this right off the bat: the subs are so much different than dub. It's
no shit.
Throughout the whole entire episode, it's almost as if the translator called in sick and they just winged it, just guessing what they were actually saying.
I think I actually say something about the dialogue, towards the end of the episode, because I don't know. It did seem kind of, I don't know. I don't want to say it seemed different, but it just seemed like they weren't really trying, maybe.
A lot of the dialogue is completely different, and a lot of the dialogue is the exact opposite. They'll say something, and it's literally the opposite of what they're saying.
Of course.
So, in this first line from Piccolo, when he tells Gohan that he can defeat Nappa and fight him and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
What he actually says is, "Get out of here, Gohan." And then Gohan says, "Why did you save me?" And then Piccolo says, "I told you to get out of here. Hurry, or else."
Jesus.
So yeah, not exactly telling him to fight Nappa there.
Yeah. I think I actually, or we'll get to it. I think I actually say something about that too. Yeah, right here, Piccolo says that he's not going to make it, and he tells Gohan that he must stop them. Maybe I don't say anything. Or maybe it's later. Gohan tells Piccolo to hang on just a little longer until Goku gets there, because Goku will save them. Nappa says, "Oh, too bad. I wanted to take my time with the Namek. Oh well, I can still have fun with the kid." Even though 5 minutes ago Vegeta told him to hurry up and quickly kill everyone.
Yeah. The only thing that Nappa says in the sub in here is just that he's upset that his killing order got rearranged.
His killing order. Jesus. There it is. Having Nappa around, at least for Vegeta, it must be like having a pet.
Yeah. Or
he does mind, but you just have to tell him over and over again.
Yeah. Spray him with the spray bottle. No, Nappa.
Oh, I want to see that now. Put him on a fucking leash. We didn't see Goku making his final approach. Maybe.
Goku's taking the goddamn scenic route, huh?
Yeah, he is. Goku says that something is wrong because one of the big power levels is fading. Up on the lookout, Kami says that Piccolo's life force is fading away, along with his. He tells Mr. Popo that when they cease to exist, so will the Dragon Balls. But legend tells of others on Namek. I'm guessing he learned this information from Vegeta? Cause
yeah, I guess, or
I don't think he knew that he was I thought that like he had no memory of his past as a child or where he came from.
Well, if it wasn't obvious enough, this entire dialogue from Kami is a complete fabrication of Funimation.
Of course it is.
None of this is said. No mention of Dragon Balls in Kami's lines.
Does he say like anything? Or
he does. This is what Kami says. However, at the very end, Piccolo surpassed even me, Kami. I am so pleased.
Okay.
Which makes so much more sense.
I guess.
I mean, it does, because he knows that like Piccolo sacrificed himself for Gohan, so I think he's just like.
Is Kami saying that he would have let Gohan die?
I don't think he's saying that. I think when he says that, it could just be part of the translation's kind of off. Right. Maybe it means like he surpasses expectations.
Ah, that makes sense.
But yeah, I like that line a lot better. And I think that Funimation's line is more like they're trying to like set up the next saga.
Yeah.
But it was kind of forced and it didn't really make any sense.
Yeah, because I don't know how Kami would have known all that.
And they try, and it's funny because it's like a really long line, and you can tell they just tried to like squeeze it in there, and like the like scene like kind of cuts, and he's still talking. Like,
of course, there always has to be dialogue.
So, yep.
And then Kami slowly starts to fade away. Mr. Popo is a sad panda.
Oh, Kami.
That was pretty good. Hey, we got a new character for the show.
Whatever, Piccolo, Popo on as a guest.
Popo and Hulk Hogan.
What was Popo's like his line? His Yamcha line?
His Yamcha
Something
line.
about like, yeah, when he's like, well, how come you don't know that you're weak?
Oh, yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Paraphrasing.
Back on the battlefield, Piccolo says, "It's ironic, isn't it? After all of my years of training to defeat your father, I'd go out like this, trying to save you, his son." Piccolo tells Gohan that he's the only real friend he's ever had. Only real friend? Is he saying he's had other acquaintances?
You got like trombone and fucking tambourine and triangle.
I mean, technically that was King Piccolo.
True. They're the same thing. But this whole scene, it's pretty similar to the subs, except it's like a lot more like Piccolo gets a lot more soft and sentimental in the American version.
Yeah.
In the Japanese version, all he says pretty much is like, "The last year with you wasn't that bad."
Jesus.
And then that whole montage where he's making that speech, there's no dialogue in that at all.
Of course.
And yeah, I can't really tell which one I like more, because I do like Piccolo and Gohan's like relationship in the American version.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I think it's kind of cool where Piccolo doesn't say a whole lot. He's like kind of brief, but like it's implied, and you kind of just assume it.
Yeah.
Because Piccolo is definitely not the type of character that's going to get all soft and mushy. It's not really realistic.
You've watched Dragon Ball Super.
I have.
Do you not remember Babysitter Piccolo.
Yeah, well, that's a different Piccolo. There's King Piccolo, there's Piccolo right now, and then there's Babysitter Piccolo.
There's Drill Sergeant Piccolo.
There is Drill Sergeant Piccolo. There's a lot of different Piccolos.
Yeah, it's very probably one of the more
Piccolo probably
rangy characters in the show.
He started turning more into like a babysitter when he fused
Adopted
his nail.
Gohan.
When he fused that bitch nail. brought his power level down and his estrogen up.
Oh God. Piccolo thanks Gohan, and then as you said, we get another short montage. Piccolo thinks back on all the memories he's had with Gohan over the past year. Piccolo says, "I still remember the first day I brought you here. You were small, helpless. You've changed so much since then. The harder things got, the more determined you became. The more dangers you faced, the stronger you grew as a warrior. I knew I was hard on you, but it was for your own good. You're like the son I never had. I'm proud of you. Goodbye, my friend."
It's a little over the top.
Piccolo then dies. Sad panda.
Montage.
Also, the whole son I never had thing is a bit ironic, considering that Piccolo basically does become Gohan's dad.
Green Daddy.
Green Dad. What is that from?
I don't know, it just sounds like Bean Daddy.
I think that's from something. My Green
Now
Dad.
I don't know. Now it's from something.
We then see Gohan go from 0 to 100 real quick as he fills with rage. Nappa thinks he's ready to fight, but Gohan charges up his Masenko attack.
Oh, you missed Kami's death.
I didn't miss it. I just didn't really write it down because he kind of already went away, and then they just kind of did it again. But yeah,
I'm surprised Kami didn't get a montage.
he's like fucking 2,000 years old, and we ain't got time for that.
Could have just I want him like a Kami Popo montage.
Are you sure you wanted that? Do you know what goes on in that in that dungeon?
All sorts of touch butt.
I think that's
Popo X Kami.
Oh, yeah, there it is.
Is that how that's pronounced? That like Japanese, is it when it's like two people's names and the X in the middle?
I'm not
Like
sure.
tweet X Craig.
I know, like in Brazil, that's how they say like two people are gonna fight.
Interesting.
Because if you look at like all the Brazilian like posters and shit, like it'll be like the fighters' names with an X between them.
Yeah. Same strokes, same folks.
Maybe that's why Brazil and Japan have had such a rivalry for so long.
Over their alphabets.
Yeah. Vegeta, by way of his scouter, says that Gohan's power level is over 2,000. Make that 3,000.
2,800 in Japan.
Yeah. It's always very specific in the subs.
It is.
Vegeta warns Nappa, but like the dumb pet Nappa is, he doesn't listen. Gohan fires his Masenko attack, but Nappa just swats it away. God damn, what a bummer.
Know what I know? I always wonder what Masenko meant, and I think like in the subs, not in this episode, but like in the first time he does it, it translated to like something demon punch or some shit like that.
It's the Demon Flash.
Demon Flash, that's what it is. That's pretty cool. You can tell that he learned that from Piccolo.
Yeah, Piccolo taught him that. I always liked that attack.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. Once again, like alright, so Gohan already has more special moves than Goku.
I mean, it is.
Granted, I guess he didn't really make it up though.
Yeah, it's a Piccolo move, so.
But Piccolo doesn't really ever do it.
Well, he learned something better.
He kind of just like gave it to Gohan,
I guess. Nappa says, "Not too bad, kid. That made my arm numb." Vegeta, again by way of his trusty scouter, says that Gohan's attack must have drained all of his energy and that his power level has returned to normal. Krillin continues to lie around doing nothing. Back at Kame House, everyone is still trying to restrain Chi-Chi when fortune teller Baba shows up. Chi-Chi shoots Baba with an automatic weapon. It's not very effective.
Baba. Yeah, Baba deserves that, kind of.
Why?
She's just like such a stingy old cunt. She like never does anybody any favors. At least not for free.
Well, yeah, I mean, everyone is always, hassling her for handouts.
It's like, but what else do you have to do?
I don't know. She's got some job over in Otherworld. She does something. And she is like older than Roshi.
That's true.
Baba says that she came to tell the others that Goku has returned and will soon join the others in battle. By others, she means Gohan. Oolong, again showing that he's not only the most reasonable character, but also one of the smartest, suggests that they use Baba's crystal ball to see what's going on with everyone on the battlefield. Take a shot every time I say battlefield. Baba calls him swine and says that her crystal ball is not a television. Whoa. I don't know about that, dude. So they grab the crystal ball and run back inside. Take a shot. Back on the battlefield, Gohan tells Piccolo's dead corpse not to worry and that he won't let him down. Also, Piccolo's body didn't disappear. Kami's did.
Yeah, I think maybe he still has to do his thing, though, up in Otherworld to get Piccolo's body to come over.
Oh, so...
Because all their bodies are still there, so Kami hasn't brought them all up there yet.
Kami's got that guardian privilege.
Yeah, he needs to go to the check-in station and get their ID cards and whatnot.
I'd also still like to get their green cards.
Get their green cards.
I'd also still like to know what Kami's doing now that he's dead. Like, where did he go?
Hiffle.
Is there a special place in Otherworld, like just for dead guardians, where they all hang out? Did he turn into one of the little Nimbus clouds?
No, he's sweeping Snake Way.
Is he having a coffee in the Monster Bash Cafe?
Oh yeah, the Scooby-Doo villain cafe.
Yeah.
Probably. And before we move on, Gohan, another line where it's pretty much like the opposite of what Gohan was saying. Like, what was he said something about like he's gonna not gonna give up for Piccolo or some shit.
It tells him not to worry and that he won't let him down.
So yeah, in the subs, this is pretty much the point where he gives up. And what he says in reality is, "Sorry I wasn't able to avenge you." And then Krillin tells him to run away, and then he says, "I don't have the strength to run away anymore," and then he collapses. So
good. Yeah. Nappa makes his way towards Gohan. Krillin tells Gohan to run away. Nappa says, "That's right, run away and hide." And the exact opposite of what you said, Gohan says, "No way, Piccolo's counting on me." Counting on him to do what? To die?
Pretty much.
I mean, I'm pretty sure Piccolo knows that Gohan can't beat Nappa, let alone Nappa and Vegeta.
Yeah, there's no way.
Nappa walks up to Gohan and he raises his foot like he's going to step on him.
Curb stamp.
Curb stamp. Nappa says, "Nice knowing you, kid. There'll always be a soft spot on the bottom of my boot for you."
I missed that one. That's a good one.
Nappa stomps the ground, but Gohan isn't there. Gohan was rescued, but not by Goku. Fucking flying Nimbus rescued Gohan. A cloud is a better parent than Goku.
Yeah, well, that was never really debated.
That's true. Nappa sees the Nimbus cloud and says, "What is this thing? What's going on?" Then we see Goku. Goku finally touches down. Vegeta flies over to make observation. I like this part because you could tell that Vegeta had some concerns here. Like, he was on top of his game.
Oh, you can tell just by Goku's demeanor when he gets there.
Yeah.
Like, Goku knows too. Like, he gets there, he's like, alright, I can kind of sense these guys' powers, and I'm pretty confident in myself.
Mm-hmm.
And then he's just like walking around all casual, checking up on everybody before he gets ready to fight.
Yeah. I actually have something about that.
And it's like pretty much the opposite of what they've seen on Earth so far when they first got there. And like, you have 5 guys and they're just like all like shaking in their boots and can't fucking move.
Mm-hmm. Goku has his angry face on. Vegeta says, "Welcome, Kakarot. Nice of you to join us." Then everyone just kind of stands around and makes awkward noises. Vegeta says, "Well, I was beginning to think you weren't going to show up, especially after your little family reunion with Raditz. Did you two have fun catching up?" Goku gives Vegeta the silent treatment. Nobody really knows what to do here. Everybody seems pretty unsure. Like, even Vegeta is a bit, I don't want to say he's off, but he has his guard up. And he's poker facing the shit out of the whole situation.
Who, Goku or Vegeta?
Vegeta.
Yeah.
But as we see later in the
Goku
series...
too, really.
Yeah, both of them are. As we see later in the series, Vegeta is one that, he is one to bluff. So I think when he's like, you know, kind of poking at Goku a little bit there, I think he's just kind of doing that just to throw him off. Like, he's not concerned at all.
Yeah, and this whole scene, like, this is where I think Funimation kind of fucked up, because I think it's really cool how, like, Goku really doesn't have a whole lot of dialogue this entire episode, really.
Yeah.
Like, when he gets there, he kind of just doesn't say shit. He, like, blank faces. Everybody gives him, like, almost kind of like if you have been following this whole, like, Rose Namajunas thing.
Yeah.
How she's, like, been talking in interviews now, talking about, like, her strategy against Joanna. And how she, like, her, like, half of her plan was just dead face her the entire lead up to it. Like, any social media just completely ignore her and ghost her and
Mm-hmm.
just give her no reaction at all, and it kind of mentally affected her a lot.
Yeah.
So that's kind of like what Goku's doing here.
Yeah. I think it's working on, it's definitely working on Nappa.
Oh, for sure. He's in his head.
I think it's kind of having an effect on Vegeta, but like I said, I think Vegeta's just kind of bluffing here. He doesn't want to show it.
Yeah, and it's unfortunate that just like Funimation, like one of their downfalls is they always have to like fill in the silence, even when the silence is like the thing that's like giving it the dramatic effect.
Yeah.
They either have to have that
at least
Bruce Falconer music blasting, or they have Goku saying lines that don't exist.
Yeah, I mean, at least they didn't give Goku a bunch of lines here.
No, they didn't. But it's even more like it works. Like you can tell like the whole dead face thing, and there's not a whole lot of lines, but it's even more apparent in the Japanese version.
Yeah. Vegeta says, "I see. Not much for words, eh, Kakarot? Well, you're just in time. We were getting tired of beating on these so-called fighters over and over again. What a joke." Goku then walks right past Nappa to where Piccolo is laying.
All right, I got a sub on. This is one of my favorite Nappa lines of all time. So that Nappa line that you just said, he actually says in the Japanese version, "Shocked over your dead idiot friends, are you? Come to think of it, there was another puny little guy that went into pieces. He had more power than you'd expect from such a runt. Naturally, he was no match for Nappa."
In third person, I love it.
There's a lot of third person Nappa in this episode. In the subs.
Nice.
But I love it. "Shocked over your dead idiot friends, are you?"
Dead idiot friends. There it is.
This episode, actually, all of Nappa's lines are surprisingly better in the subs, which isn't usually the case.
Yeah. Interesting.
They kind of toned it down. Like, it was almost like they went like to Nappa for even the American version.
I like in this part how Goku doesn't even acknowledge Nappa.
Mm-hmm.
And from what it looked like, it was like he had his eyes on Vegeta the whole time. Like that's who was looking at.
Nappa's not even on his level.
Yeah, it's like Nappa doesn't even exist anymore. The disrespect, though. Goku checks Piccolo's pulse, or lack of, I suppose. Gohan tells Goku that Piccolo was protecting him and that he saved him. Then Goku notices the bodies of Tien and Yamcha. Nappa laughs. I guess this is the part that you just said. Nappa laughs and says, "Oh, were those guys friends of yours? Sorry about that. They were fun to fight for a while, but they all met the same fate in the end. Yeah, that's right. I took care of them all. Well, except for that little guy. He decided to blow himself up." Nappa.
Yeah, well, the Cyberman took care of Yamcha, so he's kind of lying there a little bit.
Nappa over here just digging his own grave.
I like when it pans over all the dead bodies. It's like there's like a super slow dramatic pause in between each one.
Yeah.
And it goes Piccolo, and then it pans over
Tien.
and then it pans over, and I just wanted to say trash pile.
Trash pile. You're better if it'd be like, who's that? Like this whole part, how like Nappa's kind of trying to like Nappa's like everything he's saying and kind of trying to get at Goku, but Goku's ignoring him. But it's kind of like if I was Krillin, like I'd start talking shit to Nappa. Just to get him.
Piccolo, Krillin, I don't know. I think he'd be too scared to do that right now.
Well, yeah, but I'm just saying.
Because I think Vegeta has an idea that like Goku is going to be pretty strong, but Krillin's still like just got his ass beat by Nappa, and he's like, maybe Goku can beat him. I don't know.
Yeah, that's true.
And you even see that a little bit coming up in the scene when he gives him the Senzu Bean and whatnot.
Mm-hmm. Nappa says, "And the whole time I was pounding them, they were waiting for you to show up. Somehow they knew you were coming, but it didn't matter. You were too late." Phrasing, Nappa.
Yeah, I like that line a little better in the sub. All he says is, "You'll be joining them soon." He doesn't say anything about them waiting for him to show up, but thought that was a little more impactful. Like if he was going to say anything to get under Goku's skin, it would be
try to put the blame on him.
Exactly.
Yeah, that was good.
Which definitely, that's like the first thing that like kind of gets a rise out of him.
Mm-hmm. Vegeta then reads his scouter. He notices that Goku's power level is increasing. Can you think of another like character like Goku that has 2 names?
Goku and Kakarot?
Yeah.
You got Gohan and Great Saiyaman.
That doesn't count. That's just an alter ego. Ricky Bobby.
Oh, you mean like outside of Dragon Ball?
Oh, yeah. Well, I know there's nobody like in Dragon Ball. I'm pretty sure there's nobody in Dragon Ball that has 2 names.
Yajirobe and Bean Daddy.
That doesn't count.
Master Roshi, Turtle Hermit.
That doesn't count. It's not really a name. That's more of a title.
It's a nickname.
That's more of what he is.
Yeah, I don't know.
Like even in other fucking animes or shows, I can't really think of anybody who's got like, especially like a main character.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess, I mean, there's people like who have like their regular name and then like maybe like if they come from another country, they have like their name in that language or whatever. It's kind of similar-ish.
Yeah, I guess. Do you have an example?
No.
Oh. Oh. All right then.
Or it's kind of like when like babies get kidnapped and shit. You know how that happens sometimes? Like you have crazy people that go to hospital and kidnap babies.
Yeah.
And the babies might have already had names, but when they get kidnapped, then they change their name.
I mean, that's basically what happened to Goku.
Exactly. Yeah. So that would be like the best analogy.
Yeah. Huh. Interesting. They should have given Vegeta an Earth name.
What would it be?
I have no fucking idea.
It would have to be, I don't know, like, I guess it would have to be another food pun.
I mean, yeah.
I don't know the Japanese language well enough to come up with another name for Vegeta.
Good point. Where were we? Goku then begins walking towards Nappa. Nappa says, "They were weak, just like you. Weak and not worth my time." But Nappa goes to punch Goku, so I guess he is worth his time. But Goku disappears. Vegeta takes note that Goku was fast. Good observation, Vegeta. We then see Goku finally checking on his son and best friend.
No,
like how
actually before that, I just noticed something real quick. When Goku's like walking towards Nappa, you know that scene? And they just make Nappa look like ginormous.
Yeah.
And then Goku looks tiny. It like almost reminded me of that Daniel Cormier Rumble Johnson poster.
Yeah. There's a lot of posters like that.
That one's in particular though.
Yeah.
It's pretty funny.
Yeah.
In case you're not familiar with MMA or UFC, there was like a poster within the past year for a big light heavyweight title fight, and they had the champion looking really, really small against this ginormous contender. When in reality, they're both weighing in at the same weight,
But he was bigger than DC though.
He was bigger,
but I mean, it wasn't like that.
He wasn't a
like
200-pound super sumo wrestler, Nate Diaz, though.
Yeah, that's true. I like how Goku like checks on his arch nemesis before checking on like his best friend or his son.
Well, I think he went to him first because he had that Senzu Bean, and if he was still alive, he was going to give it to him.
I never even thought about that.
That made the most sense to me because I mean his power level was fading as he was flying in on Nimbus, so
Yeah.
but he just didn't get there in time.
Yeah. Whoa. Speaking of Goku,
But can Piccolo? Hold on. Know what I just noticed? Piccolo doesn't eat food, right?
no.
But he'll eat sensu beans.
Well, I mean, it's more of a vitamin, brother.
It's a supplement, dude.
Yeah.
Gotta eat your prayers and say your vitamins.
Eat. Say your prayers and eat your sensu beans.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, brother. It's the 3 commandments of Dragon Balls. I don't know what I'm going for.
Namek Mania, brother.
Namek Mania.
You gotta say your wishes and make your sensu beans.
Yeah, as you said, Goku gives Krillin half of a sensu bean and gives the other half to Gohan. Krillin says, "We gotta learn how to grow these beans." Which raises a very interesting question.
We've talked about this in the past too. Like, why haven't they figured this out?
Like,
Why is this fucking weird cat in a tower the only person who can make beans?
and Goku is a fucking farmer.
Barely.
Well, I mean, that's what he does. I mean, that's what he eventually ends up doing.
He hasn't really mastered until Super.
I mean, I guess. We never really see his...
Before that, he was just kind of like making a mess.
We never really see his
Destroying
crops
fields.
before that, do we?
Not really.
I mean, he was dead half the time, so he couldn't farm.
That's true.
But, yeah, I mean, they can grow like 20 acres of radishes, but they can't figure out how to grow sensu beans.
I think it's a little more complicated than that, dude.
I mean, is it like a secret and Korin won't tell anybody?
I mean, Yajirobe makes them. He watered them.
He made 2. Maybe that's why there's only 2, because all the others died.
Yeah. Or they got eaten.
Hydroponic sensu beans, dude.
Gross.
Maybe they could get... Why doesn't Bulma, like, make some fucking... You know, some, like, what do you call it? You know, some fucking...
Some acai.
No, fucking, you know, some Monsanto sensu beans, some,
Yeah, dissect them. She's
GMOs.
not really like a biologist. She's more of like an engineer.
She can do anything. She's the smartest person on the earth.
Yeah, but she doesn't specialize in like botany.
I don't think she
whatever you would call it.
specializes in half the shit she does, but she still does it.
She does like more like machines and shit like that.
Robots and time
Robots.
machines and
Scouters. and
radars.
dragon radars. Yeah.
And, which we don't even know. Her dad probably did half of that shit.
True. Time machine's impressive though.
Yeah.
Even though she kind of cheated.
Did she?
Well, at least depending on which Bulma you're talking about.
Future Bulma. That made the time machine.
Yeah, past Bulma took a shortcut.
Well, yeah, that is true. But not only did she make a time machine, she made a time machine in the middle of an apocalypse.
Yep. Yeah, that's crazy.
That's pretty impressive.
I guess it's like kind of like anything. Like that's her specialty. Like when you're put under pressure like that, you're gonna be able to get things done better.
Well,
just like how like
all I'm saying
the
is,
fighters.
if she can make a time machine, she can grow a damn bean.
Maybe.
I would definitely think that one of those is harder than the other. Or apparently not, because she did one of them and not the other. All right. Where were we?
We were beans.
Yeah, beans. Why is no one growing these beans?
But yeah, Krillin doesn't say that in the sub.
Of course not. Yeah. There's probably a reason they left that out, because they knew that we were going to have this conversation.
Exactly.
Toriyama's time traveling again. Goku,
Son of a bitch.
Goku notices that Krillin has gotten stronger. Krillin says that he was doing well until the fighting started. I like that line.
Yeah. Gohan has a good line too. When he asks him the same question in the sub. It's just like it doesn't really make sense, because in the sub he says when Goku asks him about his training, he says, Piccolo trained me, but I wasn't able to do anything. And he has like this like big like grin on his face when he's saying it. Yeah, I kind of let everybody die.
That's funny. Yeah, didn't the three just kind of stand around and blabber about nothing for a while? Goku says he wants Gohan and Krillin to sit this one out, and he's going to take on the two Saiyans by himself. Krillin points out that Nappa alone beat everyone, and the only chance they have is to stick together. And I have here written down, which you pointed out earlier, a correction to that. A Cyberman killed Yamcha, and Chaozu blew himself up.
Take that, Nappa.
So Nappa only really killed two people.
Yep.
You could even say he only killed one, because Piccolo technically killed himself.
He did. He grew the Cyberman, though.
Where are we? Goku gets angry face again. So angry that he starts to glow. Goku begins walking towards Nappa and Vegeta.
Did we get to the scene when it went back to Kame House real quick? Or is that coming up?
Say that again? I can't hear you.
Did we get to the scene when it goes back to Kame House real quick? Or is that coming up?
That's coming up.
Okay.
Goku says, "This has gone on long enough. It ends right here, right now." And then we go back to Kame House. And Baba says some magic words, and her crystal ball begins showing the fight. Is this the scene you were looking for?
Yeah, well, this is like when they start like whining about there not being Dragon Balls anymore. And it's like, oh, like, boo-hoo, we're not going to be able to wish our dead friends back. Which are like so spoiled about like always being able to wish their friends back. Kind of bothered me.
Yeah.
And like for once, I just like want them to like wish everybody back, but it like goes horribly wrong, like some like Pet Cemetery shit. Or like Monkey's Paw or something. Like they come back, but they're like corpses and they're like evil and they kill everybody.
That'd be interesting.
And then Shenron's like, that's why you don't abuse the Dragon Balls. Kind of like GT, but way cooler.
Those ancient Indian Dragon Balls, dude.
Yeah.
Also, how they use the crystal ball to watch the fight. Would this be considered an illegal stream?
I think so, dude. It's copyright infringement, brother.
They're not paying for it. Unless Baba has some kind of like, like a license, like I guess like a bar has, where she can just
piracy, dude.
Well, yeah, and here's where they see that Piccolo's dead, and Roshi freaks out and says that if Piccolo is gone, that means Kami's gone, and if Kami's gone, then the Dragon Balls are gone too. And everyone puts 2 and 2 together and realizes that they can no longer wish anyone back. Good. Back at the fight, Nappa says to Goku, "Come on, I haven't got all day. I want to see what the great Kakarot's made of." Goku says, "You want me? You got me." And here is where I was writing down how the dialogue is just kind of, I don't know. It's like, it's the best they could come up with.
Yeah, it's not much different than the sub there. It's different, but yeah, it's not significant. But yeah, it was definitely lazy.
It's the same, but different. Goku then begins to power up. Nappa and Vegeta are not very thrilled at what they're seeing. Vegeta very calmly says that Goku's power level is over 9,000. Nappa asks Vegeta what Goku's power level is. Would you like to say it?
Over 9,000. But obviously, leading up to this, I'm like getting ready to read the sub, and the whole time I'm thinking like, man, I hope that the American version wasn't lying to me all these years, and it's not gonna be 9,000.
It's 9,001.
I had some hope, just because like once in a while they do actually like copy off the original source material with the power levels and whatnot.
No, they changed it here.
Of course, yep, they absolutely change it.
Yeah, it's 8,000, isn't it?
8,000.
Yep.
Higher than 8,000. And it's not even more than 8,000. It's higher than 8,000.
Yeah.
But I don't know. That could just be a translation thing.
Yeah. This is one of the... this is discussed a lot as one of the things that like they changed, but nobody knows why.
It's just Funimation. I mean, this isn't the first time they changed numbers.
Yeah.
Definitely won't be the last time they change numbers. They just decided to change a lot of numbers for no reason.
Yeah. But I mean, this is just kind of like a pivotal scene.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't pivotal at the time, maybe.
That's true. It was probably...
It wasn't pivotal until the American dub.
Yeah, that's...
had the original one screaming, over 9,000.
Yeah, that's true.
And Nappa's lines are different here. I thought this was interesting. You know how like Nappa, he says something about like, that has to be a mistake or something like that.
9,000. There's no way it can be that can be right.
Exactly. Yeah. So remember he said something similar to in the last episode when they were sensing Goku's power level like from a distance.
Yeah.
He said that your scouter must be malfunctioning.
Yeah.
Well, that's actually what he says in this scene. Like the lines are like backwards, like. So in the sub in this scene, he says your scouter must be malfunctioning, and then in the last episode, he says something about like it being like there's no way it could be that high.
Weird.
So I thought that yeah, I don't know how it got like swip swapped like that.
Yeah, I don't know. That's weird.
But I like that line better. Your scouter must be malfunctioning.
Yeah, I love that line. Goku says, "Don't be so sure. I'll have you know I was trained in the art of Kaio Ken." Goku's like, "I'll have you know I learned how to catch a monkey."
This is like another case of like Funimation just putting the opposite shit in the sub. He says, "Don't worry, I still won't be using my Kaio Ken technique on you."
And then we get maybe Nappa's best line. He says, Kaio, whatever. Who cares? I'm still going to crush you. I don't care what you've learned.
Fucking kung fu master bullshit.
Fucking McDojo.
Exactly.
Nappa charges at Goku. Nappa misses. Goku, with his new speed, hits Nappa with a kick from behind. Nappa is down. Nappa gets back to his feet. Nappa says, You'll pay for that. Goku says, we'll see, but I haven't even warmed up yet. Nappa is not impressed by Goku's performance. Nappa says, that was luck. I'm the second strongest Saiyan in the universe. Which doesn't really mean a whole lot when there's only 3 of you. I'm just saying.
Oh yeah, and this was like a close contender for sub versus dub.
Who?
But I give sub versus dub to the 8,000 and 9,000 just because it's iconic line. Big deal. But this was the close second where so in this conversation Goku says, you're not all that great. I could tell from your last attack just now. To which Nappa replies, why don't you tell me exactly what it is you can tell?
What?
Channeled his inner Jesse Ventura there.
Nappa's like, I have a silo full of tortillas.
I was a Navy SEAL.
I was a Navy SEAL. Oh, we just found a whole new bit. Fucking
Nappa Ventura.
Nappa reading Jesse Ventura lines.
Oh man, yeah, we gotta like combine them.
Oh, next episode's gonna be so fun. Oh.
Yeah, once again, Nappa's lines in the subs are just like so much better than the dub in this episode.
Nappa's like, the Vietnam War never started. Okay, enough.
Plan of Vegeta was a false flag attack.
Oh, God.
Why don't you tell me what his power level is?
That's great. Oh, it seems legit. So who's the Alex Jones of Dragon Ball Z? If Nappa's the Jesse Ventura? We don't have one yet.
Not yet. We'll get one.
Oh, God. Yeah, so Nappa says he's the second strongest Saiyan in the universe. And then Goku, with the quick response, says, well, if your friend is stronger than you, then I'd say that makes you the third strongest.
Once again, I call bullshit on Goku being able to math.
I mean,
or maybe he can count to 5 and that's it.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so for all Bubbles taught him how to count to 5, so
that's true. He never really, yeah. All right, I'll buy that. He can count to 5. That's where all his number references are.
I do question him putting together that quick. That like like because Raditz dead. He had to calculate that in, and then he had to count the 2 Saiyans, and then he had to remember that he's a Saiyan. So
I think when you're saying that this is like a quick, witty response, there's more like he's been thinking about this his entire time traveling over there. He's sitting on his Nimbus cloud, taking the scenic route, like, what can I say to these guys? Make me sound smart.
Having conversations in his head over and over.
Yeah.
Nappa says, Kakarot, I'm going to rip you apart. Nappa again charges at Goku. Nappa tries his best to hit Goku, but none of his attacks land. Goku dodges all of them. Vegeta, watching from the sidelines, says, "It's strange. Just a year ago he couldn't beat Raditz, and now he's making sport of Nappa." Detective Vegeta on the case like always.
Yep, he's the thinker.
Meanwhile, Nappa's having a lot of trouble with Goku's speed. Krillin and Gohan can't even keep up either. Nappa says, "I'll get my hands on you, and when I do..." That's all he says. Vegeta says that he's never heard of anyone increasing their power level that much in 1 year. Goku then goes on the offense and charges at Nappa. Goku at the last second jumps up and lands on top of Nappa's head. Then as Nappa reaches up to grab Goku, Goku moves back down in front of Nappa, and with his new super speed, he lands a perfect body shot. Sort of a uppercut, really. I guess that's just because Nappa's so big. And in typical body shot fashion, Nappa is basically paralyzed.
Yeah, man, like that Aaron Pico shot from last weekend.
Yeah, pretty much.
And before we get to that that whole when he's standing on Nappa's head, that looked kind of familiar. I feel like that had to have happened somewhere in Dragon Ball.
That's likely.
I can't think of when though. So if somebody remembers, let us know. I'd be curious to find out. Maybe it was Grandpa Gohan, maybe, or Roshi, fucking with like them in training or something, or in a fight or something. I don't know. Maybe the ninja guy.
The ninja guy. Oh, him. I don't know. We'd have to watch. There's a lot of possibilities.
Maybe Mercenary Tao.
That's what I was thinking. Or maybe like one of the fights in the tournament.
But yeah, if you know off the top of your head, let us know.
Yes, let us know.
And then that body shot, he says, what does he say?
Goku says, "That's for my friends, all 4 of them."
Yep, this is the last sub difference.
Which is less than 5, so I'm okay with this.
In the sub, he says, "That punch was for Chaozu."
Okay. I'm guessing in the next episode, this is for Tien, this is for Piccolo.
We'll find out.
And then never gets him back for Yamcha. This is for...
You did us all a favor with that one.
This is for
he was
that
getting kind of annoying.
other guy. I can't remember.
The weird cat guy.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, and then as Nappa is paralyzed with pain, Mr. Narrator sends us off.
Boom.
Boom, boom, boom.
Well, yeah, this is definitely one of the best episodes so far.
Yeah, this was good. He really...
Iconic
easy watch.
episode. And even without the whole over 9,000, this episode definitely stands out.
Yeah.
Because we finally get to see all Goku's training like in action.
Yeah. The death of Piccolo, the return of Goku.
And he's really like a whole nother character at this point. Like this is like we got like Goku versus like Raditz, whatever. And then we got like training Goku, and then this is like kind of like it's like a significant change in his entire character.
Yeah, this
the way he acts
sets the tone for the character, the whole series.
It's like a more serious Goku, which pretty much like lasts throughout until like the very end of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah,
and then he kind of changes into a whole other thing in Super, like a more childish.
He's a fucking dickhead in Super.
And he's a dickhead, yeah, which is pretty funny, but
yeah,
this is, I think, the best version of Goku. Especially when like we get those like iconic moments, like in the Frieza battle and whatnot.
Yeah, true that.
Silly. I definitely prefer serious Goku over silly Goku.
In most cases.
Sometimes it's funny. Most of the time it's annoying.
Yeah, he can get annoying. It's like having a kid around.
Yep, and what else happened this episode? Pretty much everybody's dead now.
Krillin and Gohan are alive.
Like, I don't know why, like, I forgot how many people die in this saga. Like, I remembered everybody who died, but like, for some reason, looking back, like, I always like remembered there being more people at this part. But it's really only like Goku.
I guess 6 people die in this story arc.
Yeah, granted, like, yeah, Yajirobe comes back and helps fight, but for the most part, it's just like Goku, Krillin, Gohan for the rest of the battle.
Yeah, and I think Krillin gets taken out again.
I think so. I don't know. No, he doesn't.
Well, he doesn't die,
He doesn't
but
die.
yeah, I think he gets just
He's still walking at the end.
or like he is here before Goku showed up. I was just kind of laying around doing nothing. I think it happens again.
But at the end, he has the chance to kill him.
Yeah, that's true.
Vegeta.
Yeah.
We're getting a little ahead, but he does. Like, I
Spoilers.
remember him like stumbling over.
Yeah, with the sword.
It's a cool scene.
Yeah.
Sweet. Any other final thoughts?
Let's see. Not really looking forward to the next episode.
Yeah, for obvious reasons.
Yeah.
We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
Yeah. Aside from that,
We'll probably throw out a bonus episode too, just to make a little more gap before we have to get to that episode.
yeah. Well, that's all I got.
Sweet. Well, I'm ready to wrap up.
Follow us on Twitter at DBDPod. Same name on Facebook. Like, rate, review, subscribe, download. And as always,
Tune in next time for another exciting episode of the Dragon Balls Deep Podcast.